That's how we'll start it.
No, you know how you need to start it. How we start all of them.
Oh, right, okay. Hang on.
There we go.
Uh, are we actually recording now?
We're actually recording, yeah. I
Oh,
was just waiting for you to do that so that we could actually start.
What episode are we on?
This is 3.
Three. I mean, last episode was very short, I remember.
I think we covered all bases for that. You know.
I feel like we
Recording,
didn't, but I can't remember what we didn't
Well,
cover.
you'd be a better judge on whether or not, because you were actually there. I wasn't.
Well, you were there for this one. There we go. What a segue.
I was there for
Regenerate.
It all comes into play.
Third song we released. What did we do first? The drums or the guitar? It's the drums first.
Well, you initially bought, because this was the first one that I did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you initially sent me a demo version. It was it had a drum track recorded, it had some approved guitars recorded, and bass sort of chopped out. So
Probably
I could get an
MIDI
idea of it.
at that point.
What, bass or drums?
Bass.
Possibly. Which was fun, which was done in a shed in the middle of nowhere outside Skegness.
Hell yeah.
It was
Welcome.
I like that studio, it's nice. It's really nice.
It's
He's
shame
done
we
it up.
never really.
He's done it up now, that's right.
Is it?
Oh yeah,
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 no.
yeah.
We should
Well, it
actually
did- he
use
did
the
say-
recordings from it.
It would be nice. No, he did say, because I saw him, he uploaded something and I commented on it. He said, "Oh no, always feel free to come down and have a play around with his gear and stuff like that." So I'd say that as an opportunity.
I can't remember. The drums sounded okay, didn't it, on that original version?
They weren't bad.
It was just everything else that was.
There was, yeah. I think there was a lot of things that sort of, contributed to that not quite sounding as good as it should do. But
Eventually, we'll get to the songs where we're like, this one sounds okay. This one
Yeah.
sounds okay.
yeah, I don't know how long that's going to take.
Well, we read again. I think I mentioned this in the other ones, but we redid these later. So these original ones don't. They're somewhere.
Yeah, that one definitely
Prob-
doesn't exist. I don't even know if
If
I
we
have
get,
anything
if we
with that.
get to 1,000 subscribers from this video, no. If we eventually, I'll
1
upload the
million
originals.
likes.
They might be on YouTube somewhere. They might still be on YouTube. I think the originals are on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure the original Regenerate we just got rid of completely.
Let me have a
To
look.
be
Let me
honest.
have a look. I'll have a look.
But I could be wrong.
Hang on.
So yeah, then we
I'll never
did that. We did the drums, recorded in a nice shed recording studio in the middle of nowhere outside Skegness, and then we did your guitars, which we did in the uni recording studio, didn't we? Lugging your Marshall amps around.
The original Regenerate is not on YouTube.
I thought
There you
so.
go.
I thought not.
Clara
not.
and the Catalyst are
Yeah. I think we were that
as
ashamed.
videos.
Yeah, I think we were that ashamed of the original Regenerate. We were just like, no, get that. This needs to go. This needs to go.
Yeah.
And quite rightly so. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, so if we get to
It was,
1,000 subscribers at some point,
What will release the? I don't even know if we still have it.
I've got it. I've got it.
Oh, you've got it. Okay.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh,
I can get it because it was. I've got backups of all the songs, all the rubbish versions.
Yeah.
You can get it on SoundCloud.
I don't know what.
Not SoundCloud.
I don't know what. I was
BANDCAMP.
for a lot of-
You can buy the original demos on BANDCAMP. I don't know why you would. You can.
Well, the same way that Coheed gave out those little tapes of the demos.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, but they're
There's
probably
some
better recorded then.
yeah, to be fair. Yeah. To be fair.
I can't remember how we did it. We actually recorded an amp. This was the last time we recorded an amp with an amp because it was like we can't do. We're no good. It's too hard.
Well, it was too hard. It's too much effort, and just
Yeah.
your amp that you had, you couldn't really dial in the exact tone that you want. So it's just like it made no sense.
Yeah.
It really made no sense to use it, or
It
to
was
just use
fun,
amps in general.
It was fun recording it though.
That's where the R push it thing came from, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That then stuck for God knows how long.
Yeah, because we had to get your... Was it your amp or someone?
No, it
you
was
knew?
yours.
It wasn't. It was the
Was
big
it not?
4x10 or 12.
Yeah, I've still got that. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Marshall. Yeah,
We
I know,
had to push that up the stairs and stuff
Yeah.
and get that in the studio. And
It
then
was just so needless. It was just so much effort for like 40 minutes to an hour of actually recording stuff.
yeah, it was good
and-
fun. It was
And
fun to
then
do
we
it.
didn't even. Yeah, it was.
I mean that solo. The solo on that was pretty much written in that session, wasn't it? But I'm
Yep.
pretty sure that the solo is really similar to the finished one, but we kind of did lots of bits, and you were like, "Oh yeah, keep that."
Yeah,
You actually produced a song.
yeah, it was great, and it sounded all right. The solo in that, you know, it ended
Did.
up sounding okay.
Yeah, you actually took charge of this.
Yeah, and that was
Instead of
and
me-
that was the
me saying a
day,
tune that-
and that was the day you went. All right, we're not going in the studio again. He's not taking charge. What's going? And there's this. Remember the
Not having-
pecking order.
Not of this. No, but it wasn't. It was more. It was a rush, but that was the point. We wanted to get it out so we could keep getting stuff out.
Yeah, we had a sort of schedule to keep, which we kind of do
Yeah.
now, but more strict now. Which is better. It would have been great if we kept to that strict schedule starting back then.
Yeah.
An interesting to see
Well,
where
yeah,
we did.
yeah. In hindsight, you can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be where we are now without doing all that, because you learn as you go. Each song we released, we learned something.
True.
You know.
Yeah. And then each song we released.
Yeah, we learned
we
more.
learned something else. Yeah. They're unsavable.
But I think there was the intention to redo them at some point anyway, because I wasn't happy with the Catalyst. We knew we could make them sound better, especially when we moved on to the next stuff, which we'll get onto at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Because again, you sort of going back to the learning thing, you know, by releasing other stuff, we learned something else, which then we could apply back on those songs and sort of bring them up to the standard of stuff we've already released.
I mean, drum-wise as well, it was kind of already written for you, wasn't it? You just kind of learned.
That was the last one, I think. I think that one and Countdown were the last ones that you were very strict on.
Yeah.
This is the type of part that you need to play for this one, because it was already sort of already produced and you had an idea for it, which is fair enough.
But yeah, we did that, and then we spent hours recording, micing up the amp. So then scrap it.
So
basically.
the amount of time that we spent miking up those amps to get a nice sound, I think it was all right. To be fair, it was, you know. No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Could have
I
been
don't
worse.
think so.
Could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
Considering the fact at that point that neither of us knew what we were actually doing, I think we did all right. It could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, but this one was the second song actually written for the band. It was kind of I had a bunch of riffs. I might have said this in the other episode. I can't remember.
I
had a bunch of
think so.
I had a bunch of riffs, and then we kind of just glued them together, and then I fixed it. Because it was like some sections were too long, but it was kind of there from when it got glued together. But it's like with anything, if you do that, it's like some things flow better if it's shorter at this point, you know, than what originally was conceived to be. It's not one I'd go to listen to. Is that bad to say about your own songs?
No, I think it's a good thing to say about some of your music, because at least you know when you've kind of gone wrong. You admit that it was a mistake, and you can be the bigger man for it.
It's tough, but it's fun.
Yeah.
The remake version is good. I think that. The original
I think that song, to me, is more an entertainment and visual song to play live. Sort of like some aspects in songs like Polara, where you've got loads of tapping. Like that song is literally just fun to look at because there's so much of this going on.
Yeah, a lot of those early tracks were kind of, let's make these just as much visual as they are.
Yeah.
A lot of it sounds and looks more complicated than it is, I think. And then when we re-recorded it, the Archetype Nolly came in to save the day.
Yeah, and the Modern Massive.
Yeah, there we go. Sponsors, please.
GGD, hit me up. I use all of your plugins. Yeah, let's stop there then.